Hello again, or hello if this is the first time you've tuned into my little channel here on YouTube named Blumenthal, of which like 2010 or something like that. I never thought I'd be doing this on this channel. I just was posting some silly stuff kind of to amuse my kids, and I told the angel story #1, and it kind of took off. It's the Blumenthal was the name of an author of a book I was reading at the time. The last name, so that's what it is. Alright, so there haven't been a whole lot going on in my world. I guess that's not a bad thing. I have a bit of a toothache, part of life. I'll see the dentist tomorrow, hopefully. You know how that is. No fun. But neither is living with a toothache. I just wanted to post a video to touch bases with everybody again, and I hope you're all doing well. And I don't know, something I just thought for discussion's sake, something I came into about 3 weeks ago, nothing paranormal, anything like that. Really just something for thought. And what are your thoughts on it? I belong to a blog, Catholic blog. I don't know, it's Catholic, where people pose questions to the people that are part of this group, and people answer the questions. And I belong to this, and I don't post questions. I just pretty much read it and I react to it, sometimes respond. And somebody asked a question a few weeks ago: is eternity real? And I'm like, what type of question is that? Of course it's real. Then I thought, well, how do you know? How does anyone know in this finite life we're living? What do you know that is eternal? What do we know that is eternal? And I thought about it. Well, the sun's not eternal. That has bad days, has solar flares. Supposedly it's going to burn out in a few billion years. The earth will go before that. That's not eternal either. Obviously, we all know our fleshly life here isn't eternal. I've had that drilled into me pretty good the past few years with some sudden deaths of people close to me and my dog on top of it. And my own self getting older. You really come face to face with it in life. Our mortality here. What is eternal? What do we know that's eternal? Well, they say death and tax. Now that's inevitable. Taxes. I really had to think about it. Then it came to me myself, something that I've known in my life that is unchanging for me, and that's God's love. And I've known God since I was as far as I can remember, a young child. I think I always have known God. When I had the first experience with the angels at age 5, thereabouts, I knew who they were. I knew that they were angels and that they worked for God. I knew they weren't God. I knew exactly who they were, or what they were. That they were angels that worked for the God I loved, even at age 5. I knew this. So I've known God my whole life. That is unchanged. So that's my glimpse of eternity. No matter what I go through in this life, His presence is always there. I'm going to go through things anyway, but God is eternal. That's my experience in this walk of anything that's unchanging. Now I thought about it. Well, God has emotions, right? He can get angry. He can be sad. He can laugh. I've heard Him laugh on one of my stories, actually, when He visited me when I was 11. I didn't see Him, but His presence came into my room at 11, and He offered me a choice in life of 2 paths to walk, and I heard Him laugh, a very good-natured laugh, definitely, good-natured laugh. God has emotions, and you'd think, well, he has emotions. You think maybe like us, you know, I get mad enough at somebody, I can change. Suddenly I change. I'm different to them. I mean, I try not to be. Or I get mad enough at life, I just give up on life, or you know, it just gets to be too painful here. I can change. I can become a hardened person, or a loner, you know, whatever. Or I get attached to the world. Everything's going so well here that I forget about God. I don't need him. I got it made. Life is a walk in the park. You know, all kinds of things. Or I could go through some things, traumatic things, that could change me. But does God change? In my experience, no. Yes, he has emotions. And you think emotions would indicate change. But I think the same God of Adam and Eve, all the way up to Christ, up to us, is the same in the Bible. Actually, that's one thing about the Bible, Old and New Testament. Notice that God is the same. He's the same. He's the same. Like from one book to another, you don't get a different character out of God. And so that's my glimpse of eternity. Oh, let's hope this... Oh, I was afraid I was going to light my tooth up. Do you think God doesn't change, does he? His love for us doesn't change? What are your thoughts on this? What can you think of anything else that's eternal in our existence here? I know what we believe and what we read, you know, is eternal, you know, the kingdom of heaven and such, and our souls and the Holy Spirit and God, the Trinity, eternal. But from our experience here as humans, our walk now, what do you know that is eternal? Oops, sorry. I found more of these guys. I found all of them, actually. They're all there now. Got them in Winchester, England back in the 90s. I went to Winchester, England, brought my son with me. I found the big one in front of the cathedral in the dirt. And my son, we went to a store and picked out these little guys, souvenirs. Pewter, Roman soldiers and different soldiers, whatever. I don't know why I put them there. They just became part of my whole setup here. Like this guy, where'd he go? Where's Earl? There he is. This guy became part of my whole shtick here. I put a cross in his hand. He used to have a gun coming out of his arm there, but my grandson broke his arm off and broke his hat. So I gave him a new arm. It's not done yet, and I put a cross in it, in his hand. His name's Earl. So what's eternal? We'll appreciate your comments. So hopefully this toothache isn't eternal. Kind of got me a little damp moods. That's all I wanted to share on that. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything else right now. I'm just trudging through life one day at a time. Not a lot going on. So, all right. Thank you. And if you don't hear from me, I mean, I'm not just going to put stuff out there. I am going to make a beer review tonight. On a beer I have been looking at for a long time, debating whether or not to buy this stuff or not. I decided to give it a go. So, Mortal Glimpses of Eternity. I offered you mine. What are yours? Thank you, and God bless each of you. Good night.